Hey, hello gamers, I'm VK and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video we're taking a look at an image sent by the Atlas developers on Twitter. It's a rather short video, but I figured it would be better to make a couple short videos than one lengthy video where you kind of like just forget about the first information you got when you get to the end of it, so that's what we're going to do with this video. It's really only about one image, so I'm sorry for that, but that's all we've got to go from. But there is a lot of information in this image that could be potentially really just a big thing for this game and really a big concept and a big aspect of the game as well. And I'm just going to read the quote that comes with the tweet because that's pretty much that gives most of the suggestive information in there as well. Now, none of this is confirmed, it's all, well, relative speculation, but their wording is pretty obvious, if you will. And it states, "A lieutenant frantically attempts to put out a deck fire after a liquid flame attack." Or was it from fire arrows? Or perhaps the Drake overhead. Buckets can be used to douse fire, bail out a sinking ship, transfer between containers. Its use is varying by saltwater or freshwater. And let's take a look at the flame attacks first. And it's pretty obvious here. They're suggesting that maybe it's from arrows, maybe it's from a Drake. And I do believe that first of all, the Drake might be the new name for the dragon in this game instead of like the Wyvern from Ark, which is kind of ironic considering there's also a rock Drake in Ark, and they went with the name Wyvern. And maybe it would have been better the other way around, but whatever, I'm not gonna go about that, alright? But also it's interesting to see fire arrows as an option because that might suggest the concept of fire arrows in the game, and that's very likely considering they just said that. With that said, what I think they're suggesting here isn't just the fact that there are fire arrows or a dragon, because we already knew about the dragon, but I think they're actually suggesting that these dragons and these fire arrows could be an actual ignition source to light up ships or maybe even potentially buildings or like horse carriages and carts, and that's super cool. It's this kind of dynamic element that I've always wanted from Ark, and I'm so glad that this could potentially be coming into this game. Now please, I need to stress this really hard. This isn't confirmed, but I do believe that it is very likely that this is what will happen. But don't base your decision on whether or not you should get this game based on this information because it isn't 100% confirmed. I just don't want you guys to spend money on this and then be let down. The other piece of information that you can actually see from this is that the use of a bucket varies from the saltwater or freshwater. I think what they're saying here is something relatively similar to Sea of Thieves, where you have to scoop out the water and literally just throw it overboard and back into the ocean so it can literally flow back into the ship, rather as your other teammate maybe is like hitting it with a hammer or something, or boarding it up with planks so it gets fixed. But what's also interesting is that the use varies from saltwater to freshwater, because I do believe that that means that saltwater won't be able to extinguish flames, however freshwater does, and that's what I want to like press on a little bit, because I'm wondering here if it's an unlimited source of fresh water that you can just keep tapping, or if you actually have to like stock up on fresh water, because that would be really interesting. Like you have to go to the river and have to scoop up some buckets and like put them in a barrel or something, just in case your ship catches fire or something like that. That would be super cool. But anyways guys, that's really it that I'm talking about in this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like on it, and if you want to see more about it, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, because the like bells, ding! This has been VK, and I will see you next video. Bye!